Yes?
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements, the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. After some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it...
In the west is the miracle.
No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
As you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take...
Don't worry, miss. We are here to...
Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair. It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white. Vapor emanates from the large... This must be the infernal machine that tore you from it. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on the frequency tableau lights up, and the soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio wave.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I...
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this is 40.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest.
10-4, what's your status? Over. 10-18, 10-20, over. State your message, sir. Over. 10-9, repeat message. Over. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. Is it him? What does he want? Says he lost his badge and He what? He lost his badge? This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over. What is he saying? He's asking... I'm his goddamn partner. It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar. Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge? Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose it. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him, and oh god damn it! Is he fucking kidding? Satellite Officer Vikmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this started.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop. Of course it's serious. Satellite Officer Vikmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick,
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He asks you to please...
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him. Sergeant Orson wants...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone.
Don't sweat it, Bratan! You don't need a gun to have fun!
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even before you can get the words out,
He says he didn't lose his gun.
Ask him to describe it. His gun, not his fun.
Satellite Officer McLean
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
He says he doesn't.
Dear God, he lost his gun.
This isn't really a...
Mac can face a giant of Coco Noor by himself, but Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over. He acknowledges your joke and asks you to lay off.
Lay off.
Lay off? Satellite Officer 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his fire.
Oh God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over. Ten 4, I hear you.
What does he want?
He's asking for...
Is he
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole a...
Right, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says he's in...
Well, I guess it...
Vigmar said...
Who cares what this Vic said? Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
He says it's...
He is and get...
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Okay.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. Ten-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over. What? He seems intoxicated and...
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his... Understood, sir. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, a buzz.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
What happened is my partner made contact. It's not good. He's lost...
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking...
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddammit.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that?
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the cap.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but...
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Just wait.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, you know who?
You think you hear a sliver of Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
Maybe, I don't know. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it. It feels like you haven't worn yours in a long, long time.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you...
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying it almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw...
Somewhere in a dank rental apartment, 2 police officers stand in the dark. Trash and liquor bottles cover the floor. Things are not good. One of the men, trying not to slip on old newspapers, goddamn. Officer Michelle Elfboy Williams speaks to himself. His partner, Sundance Fisher.
I do hope so. please, don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rag.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. Well, you were worse than all of them. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that. Then there was your room. Your prod. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make... And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with... I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke. Damn it. I don't remember what I did to your damn paper. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them. Not...
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if...
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much... Which one would that be? Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Franz. Richard, that right up.
Interesting. You still have to... You hear a sigh of relief.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and...
In the cabin, you see a set of... A metallic drawer slides out from under...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protected.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and useful for opening all sorts of doors, and the handles are long, it's robust. Weather lets you see things. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the radio on its... The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handles. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without...
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation.
This is the Kupris Kinema, my motor carriage. You can use...
Motor carriage, motor carriage. Something bad with a motor carriage. A dark lump rises in your throat.
The Kupris motorcar does provide most of our patrol vehicles, yes.
Nothing. It's probably nothing. Forget I brought it up. Please proceed with the carefree lollygagging. In the cabin, you see... Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type. Guess. No, you're the sorry cop. The cop, huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop. No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Wow. Okay. Fuck off.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like from another planet. Hey there. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine.
Behind the laugh.
So tell me, what do you need? Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money. The bosses, man. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself. He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time around.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verb. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching. Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunker. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Time to arrest him.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and they usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machines? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Cool, cool. We all want to know each other's woes and all. But people, man, they have...
Just like that, he slips out of your reach. It is possible the yelling didn't help.
Don't be a stranger.
worn and beaten wooden...
We can sit on
You can revisit the bench if.
Yes?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno!
It's love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the...
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah!
They pay you no...
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a guy.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got. Shitload pig. What you...
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not,
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. I don't know. Some Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fuck. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you, just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
You're testing
Get lost,
Kuno's Kuno pig? The fuck are you calling a
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on... Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's...
Escalate, Kuno!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please! No! No one? Kuno's doing this because he
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you.
Help! The pig's gagging him!
Look, I know you wanted to hit me. You got that, I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look. The Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look. I can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you... I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You're nothing! You're a joke to Kuno! Kuno laughs!
Backing up was a bad idea. Now he thinks he...
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions. But remember, this chain...
Click, 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 click!
The fuck about it? Your test...
Get lost,
Right, Pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't...
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 4. 3. Hobnail. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 5. Another standard. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is up. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as that. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 4.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes. A woman or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking...
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freeze.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be...
Indeed. They all stood in a row here. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready. You seem to be holding a cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even...
Active decay. It's okay to throw up.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The smell is repulsive. Too late. It's impossible to keep until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from...
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retrieve.
Fuck, does Kuno care? Yeah, like a fucking...
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Yeah. Kuno's got some What are you? Like 80, right?
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter. That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't die there.
Wish Kuno could. That Kuno doesn't...
There he still is, looking right through you. You try to, the second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Are you okay, officer?
The weight is reassuring.
You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday, then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way. I think I've lost my sense. Not being hungover helps too. I've seen Captain drive to the station. Monday, make sure you bring your handkerchief. That's probably a good idea. Clear hour. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go...
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have none.
Hello again, officer? Sure. I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me...
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching us. Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet? On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see the man does not mind. You probably need that.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happened.
Can I help you?
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. Try to force a tear out of your duct. Really rip into the whole emotional aggression thing.
Officer, get a hold of yourself, please.
Sweetie, I'm sorry, but I think you need more help than I can give you. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I don't have... Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried. Don't beat yourself up over...
There he still is, looking right. There he still is, looking right. Ha ha ha. Again, the corpse laughs at you. Pus drip. Every time it happens, it gets worse and worse. There's nothing more to throw up now. All that's left is crying and convulsing dryly at the same time. The lieutenant is clear.
Officer, you just need to be stronger.
You can open this white check again by going to your character sheet and...
Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. There he still is, looking right through. There he still is, looking right through you.
Hello again. Oh.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every
René, you're a man with a fork in the world.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my constant.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. An embodiment of pure... Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull! Well, it damn well isn't! It's
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug! You owe us a goddamn bull! Good! Mistakes are forgiven, when men at least try to right.
Just talk. It'll smooth things over.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting in Martinez. The union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the if I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to... I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to fill... Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And the rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically...
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think? I'm just so damn sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume...
This royal failure weighs heavy.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's... This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. The suzerain is the king, as everyone...
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight...
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several... That is a book. They have stories...
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any...
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might...
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling. But she's cold.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds... Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far. They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses. Of course, sir. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a...
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real. Cheer up, sir. It's much easier being a... Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the books.
You fail to deduce anything. She waits intently.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biography. Be welcome, and please take responsibility.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck, in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Oh yes, helps to have an anchor in these times. I am the proudest owner.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not...
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful! Did you talk great? On a scale of 1 to 10, how
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future. As a young girl should be.
The woman before you scans the store.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves Everything is on the shelves.
She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Truth be told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure, but you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories. The truth is available if you just know where to look, and you have to open and free your mind to
She smiles and nods, seemingly.
Hello again, esteemed...
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of an endless variety of source books. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate books in a board game section. Who wants to read? There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure. You see a set of tattered curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
You see a tattered set of curtains and a You see some kind of charm, an irregular poly. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, just as you're about...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's parapsychologically speaking, we're done.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You do? My God. Even more reasons not to mess with the curtain. No! Please just talk to me off.
There is something mysterious. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang. You see a dimly lit room.
I warned you. You are...
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. Only an echo. Only an echo. No one is there. Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright?
What is going on there? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer.
It barely looks like you've done any damage. A heavy door with...
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool? You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled. Every snowflake is like a little gift from the sky.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full. A thick layer of graffito covers the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind, the church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. The metal feels cold and wet under. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual.
trying to sneak up on me? Come to see pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not... Trying to sneak up on me...
There must be another way into the building.
It's been a week and now they show up?
A sturdy metal door guards the door rattles against the door rattles again.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers in. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No. I already told. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance.
Madame, I assure you, we are real
There is no reply. Just... This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no... So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
There must be another way into the building.
You see a young man on about...
Not looking for any trouble, officer. There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too...
We will remove the body as soon as possible.
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more...
Last week? I don't know. Look.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the...
You didn't answer the question.
It was my Sunday, friend.
Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with... He doesn't reply. Gesturing no with his...
My name? My name is...
Martin Martinez. Good local name. Let's...
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand lingers. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building,
A sturdy metal door guards. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legally.
I know my rights, and don't you?
Miss, would it help if we...
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just... Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I already told you I don't care about any... I'm fine. Fine.
You're still worried.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman? Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for...
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
Yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny...
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying.
What's he in trouble for? Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Thank you. We should go check out his...
I'm no one. If you can call it living. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my...
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rush.
The streets will not flow red with it.
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for hep, and here I was trying to be polite.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in...
What did you think I was using? Aquarels?
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in...
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in...
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Can't you tell? I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Yeah? Thanks.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building. The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms. The woman on the boat does not know.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on...
Probably the Wild Pines rep. We should talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know?
Good idea, piggies. Run up. Watch your back,
This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This...
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think we should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? It's all right. We don't have to be here 9 p.m. sharp. Tomorrow evening, right here.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk drawer, it's a solid lump of metal, but better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply. No reply. You hear the walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room...
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to...
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Dayton, my maiden name. I meant you, the Revachol Citizens Militia. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM?
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from a...
How interesting. I wish you a swift...
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. The Pines' core competency is logistics. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platform. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company...
$1 billion?
It's a number, officer. It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands. Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are quite real for this. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what they started as an exploration, and centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? We built this district. All the best parts of it. Rue de Saint-Ghislain. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected here, the Pines built it as a resort, a company getaway, for a weekend or a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, but I am derailing us. You want... I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped. Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big... Let's say I was not making the kind of pro...
And when did you...
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about... Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except it's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, the Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter election.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with...
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2... Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is shortest... Yes. Extremely.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Every worker, a member of the board. In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of... They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more... I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard no... And now, people are getting lynched, I hear.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to...
This checks out.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Indeed. The company suspect the point of the presentation is, these kind...
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen...
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favorite.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my super...
You're in, but...
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to Reese.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you...
Detective, a word in private before we continue. This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
I'm sure you will, Detective. No, if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her... Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? You could request a new one from...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint up. Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy grip, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes. Red. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to... Now look at you. You misery-clad simian. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person... Oh God, the lieutenant is here too.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Voila, you're doing it.
Of course. How much do you need?
She's surprisingly nonchalant about this. Could it be that she somehow knows more about your predicament than she's letting on?
That's a good sum. Not too small, not fantastically large.
She removes a few notes and hands them. Whoa, whoa! Did you see how easy that was? Ask her for more. Toot toot, train to Moneytown. Can you eat honor?
So, I hope I didn't just bribe you, officer. It may not be technically illegal under the Emergency Act, but still.
You're right, ma'am, that donations are permitted under the Emergency Act, and seemingly as it...
Which he most certainly will do. Now, how else can I help the arse? Why, yes I am. The boat? No, it...
The word, it, feels strange. Such a beautiful boat.
Okay. How about Cordeleche 19? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Cordeleche, and its hull is 19... What? I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you. It's a pleasure craft, and not my sloop. I like it.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has...
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure...
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. What her nonchalance might be related to something called the Wayfarer Act. A law that says she doesn't need a license.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. We are, and the city of Revachol is on the island of Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive it.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued. It's for crossing long distances in a...
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine.
She's having a good time arguing against the law. Too good, perhaps.
Good. Of course. Of course. How else can this reality? Ah, yes, the episode.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea. Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games. Ah! This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, or 2. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo.
Splat, splat.
Wonderful. The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen... Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's... All right. What next? What I am not is a basic term of reality.
Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of... You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. It's not really a sea, it's... Yes. We're on an island in an...
Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
I would be happy to. What is a preposterously expensive education for, if not... These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. For the big time. The Revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next. Who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution.
She's not gloated. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So did they ever. Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. I prefer the term risk-averse. Him and tens of thousands of his The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last...
We? She's one of them. Of course.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay. The armed center of the world.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with...
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist. Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting in your line of work. The turn of the century revolution. The revolution began in 02 on the Isla of Grad. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world mad by. You and I, officer. Our lives...
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's a city-state divided...
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill, Precinct 41.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade. 43 years. Hard to fathom, I know. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's the 30s. Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed.
Then you happened. Your youth in the 30s.
Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. Welcome to reality, baby.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control.
I've no right to be dissatisfied. This shirt is Barbara Muscova, this raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed. We could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right. Good question.
No, her first.
And I asked you, past less detective of the citizens' militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you? You and everyone else. But that's got nothing to do with... Good question.
No, her first.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion? A complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology 50 years ago. A poor remedy for prion disease. That was the attitude of most of the more Kupri, resplendent.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
And what is your...
My position, ma'am? My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years...
Understandable. Good question.
No, her first.
And you would have died, most likely. Not far from here. Maybe even right here, during the beachhead, defending the coast the day the Coalition took the city. Good. Not that it would have mattered. They are what they are, anyway.
Now's your chance. Ask her who she is. She won't get out this time. She won't maneuver her way out of this one.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra. An ultra-liberal. It's a type of liberal. From the revolution. It's, not the moderate kind. No. Not like me. I am the nether creature of the... Are you liberated enough to offer up your home on a plate for financial colonists? No. I think not. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Forgive her. But only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
A fitting punishment, to be forgotten, if not for... When the dust settled, the Liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker. I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition. Not here. Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't.
Seditious talk, man.
Perhaps. Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. Now, shall we return to reality? It's a neurological
She conveys it in short, cold bursts, trying not to, in case he goes down later, souring the entire portfolio.
It's not just me, Detective. All of Martinez has placed its... Well, it's either Barry... That seems...
Yes, and perform autoerotic asphyxiation on yourself with your funny necktie, out in the open somewhere.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This is...
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. More lessons in basic reality. Glad to have been of assistance. Of course, Detective.
Wow, you were... Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there. But you... Oh, yeah. Like a horse. Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh, and that's just what it's like. Life and death. But you it ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Sure. And has it been easy? Are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that? Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket. Every time you wipe your ass. They got their direct and their indirect modes of taxation. 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the...
You're back. Good.